Now, let's also use this episode with Noah to define another term. Food. Food. Now, I want to deal with this issue now because food is such a wedge issue between the church and the Jewish people, and it even causes dissension within the church itself. Let me be unequivocal. The Lord intended for food to be used as a means to divide and to polarize. Genesis 1:29 through 30 explains what food is defined as at this point in history. There it says, "Then God said, 'Here, throughout the whole earth I'm giving you as food every seed-bearing plant, every tree with seed-bearing fruit, and to every wild animal and bird in the air and creature crawling on the earth in which there is a living soul, I am giving as food every kind of green plant.'" And that's how it was. Food for mankind and for animals was plants. Nothing else but plants. Now, did that mean that some animals didn't eat other animals and that a man did not ever eat meat at this time? No. Rather, it meant that God defined food as plants, and therefore when animals or humans ate animals, they were eating things that were not food. Not even fish was to be used for food at this time. I want to explore that a little bit. Noah was told to bring food into the ark for his family and for the animals. Again, what is food? Food is what is appropriate as a source of nutrition for our bodies. The larger question, however, is who defines what is appropriate as food? So what's not? Who defines it? What should be consumed as food, contrasted with theoretically what could be but ought not to be consumed as food. God defined food in the first chapter of Genesis. However, mankind soon decided he preferred something else to be added to his diet. But to God's way of thinking, humans, and apparently some animals, began to eat things that are forbidden because they're not food. I mean, think about it. Can you eat dirt? I know you can. Anybody who has a child or a grandchild has probably watched in horror as they gulp down a mouthful of soil before you could stop them. You know why they eat dirt? You know why they do that? Because it tasted good. It smelled good. That's why they ate it. So why do you want to stop them? Because it's not food. Dirt isn't food. Dirt's for growing food. Food, by God's definition, is not anything you can manage to get into your mouth and swallow it, or anything that might even taste or smell reasonably good. Not even anything just because it can be digested. See, that's the central point of God carefully defining what his people may and may not eat in the law of Moses. God has carefully defined what food is, what food is not. Eating food that's not kosher, so to speak, is to consume things that are simply not food. Now, of course, Hebrew tradition has created lots of rules and regulations on the subject. Much of it is pretty questionable in its nature. Rules have been created that seem to go well beyond the rather simple intent of what is proper for eating as described in the Torah. But the bottom line is this. When the Bible uses the term food, and boy, tuck this one away. When the Bible uses the term food, it by definition means things that God has assigned for humans to eat. That's what it means. Whether Old Testament or New, when a Hebrew speaks of food, it only means kosher food, because all else isn't food. You'll never see in the Bible the word kosher. or authorized or permitted used as a modifier to the word food because it would be redundant. Food is only things that are divinely authorized and clean, ritually clean, and therefore meant to be eaten.